going to be looking at Inception by Hans Zimmer. I believe the track is called Time. Woo. All right, so we're going to be doing the first two iterations. So as you probably noticed, this music, it starts off with a very simple kernel, and then it just repeats and elaborates each time. It becomes more decorated, more full, with a bigger sound, a lot more presence. And I played 5 iterations. The first 4 grow in sound, in size of sound and scope, and the last one is a kind of, a quiet tail to all that. We're going to look at the first 2 today. If you want to finish off all the iterations, visit our website. You can finish the entire thing there, and you'll have access to everything else we've ever done. And it's free to try it out. Leave us a comment, of course, subscribe, and I'll start with the left hand. All right, so what happens in the beginning is really straightforward. So we have 4 chords to make up the main theme. 4 chords that repeat twice with an alteration in the second. So here's the first 4 bars. This, and this, this, and this. So 1 chord per bar. In the left hand we have 1 on A for the first bar, 4 on E on the second bar, G third bar, D fourth bar. So just learn the left hand, very straightforward. Now the right hand, we have 1, 3, 5, A minor second inversion, and then we have E minor second inversion, 1, 3, 5 again. Next we get 1, 3, 5 again, G major, and D major to top us off. So everything is 1, 3, 5 to start us off. We have this, 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 and this. All right, so those are the first 4 bars. The next 4 bars are pretty much the same, except the second chord changes. So we start off the same way. There's the first chord. Now instead of playing this for the second chord, don't play that, play this instead. This is where the second chord falls. 5 on C in the left, and 1, 4, and 5 in the right. Right? C7. C major 7, actually. Right? So we have first chord, second chord, and then business as usual for the last 2 chords. And that's it for the first 8 bars. That is really the theme of the whole piece distilled, right? That's what we start off with. That's the kernel. All right, let's move into the next iteration. We have this. All right, so you can see that the skeleton of these chords, it's still there, but we have some extra stuff added in. So right off the bat, the thing I can tell you is that the right hand is identical to what we had here, but just an octave higher. All right, so you play this, and then this, and then this, and then this. So your right hand is already finished for these next 4 bars. And on the left we have, so we start off here. Now if you can't reach this, it doesn't really matter. You can roll it actually, right? Just pivot on the second finger and pivot across and hit the C. Right? So if you play with both hands, it's like this, right? Now what's important here is, generally speaking, when we're rolling, when you play with the right hand, generally speaking, you're supposed to coincide at the top, right? So the last note of the roll is a C, and that C aligns with the right hand chord. That's usually what happens. I would suggest doing the opposite, aligning the right hand with the first note of the roll. It'll just make it easier to pedal, right? Because you might end up, if you try to align this, you might get and just lose all of these notes because you pedal late. So just to avoid any issues with pedaling, a trick would be, in this case, in this scenario, to pedal starting from A and to coincide, to align the right hand and the left hand on the A, and then roll thereafter, like this. You see? And then just speed that up. Like this. Then we go 2, 1, 2. All right, so that's all the first bar we get. All right, moving on to the next bar. Just this. Nothing in between, just this. And again, you can roll in the left. Moving on. Where were we? Here. This is the third bar now. Again, you can roll, but I'm just going to play a solid for the sake of simplicity here. So we had same thing, really. If you look back, the first of these was here. The third bar is here, so 1 spot lower. The position of both hands is pretty much identical. The right hand you already know, and the left hand is just this. 5, 2, 1, 2, 1 underneath, 2 on E, and then the final bar is, yeah, this one's especially difficult to stretch on, to reach. If you can't do it, just roll it. 5, 2, 1 to the left, right hand straight forward. And there you have it, folks. That's it. And so on and so forth, right? All right, now, the next 4 bars, again, start exactly the same way, right? We have, where were we here? But again, like we had in the first iteration, the second chord changes. So instead of, what do we have before? E, I guess, yeah. Instead of that, it's gonna be this. This is your second chord, C major 7. Right? Now notice that in the right hand, I added an E. So the first iteration, we had this, I think, right? This is what I taught you for that chord that changes on the second beat. Here it's the same thing, but it's with an added E. And because of this E, I'm actually changing the fingerings to get 1, 2, 3, and 5 on that chord. All right, so on these 4 bars, one more time, we have this to start us off, same as before. Now instead of going to E minor, we go to C major 7 here. All right, hold for the full bar. And then the rest is business as usual. And there you have it, guys. That's it. Those are the first 2 iterations. After that, we get this section. But you can finish that off on our website. All right, I hope you guys learned something. If you feel I've earned it, feel free to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. All right, take care.